Hello, it's Peter with Peter Prints, and today I am showcasing my new fan mount after much requests. I have my fan mount, magnetic fan mount, for the 18-20 Milwaukee fan, part number 18-20. Just before I get into anything, I am not associated with Milwaukee. If you buy a Peter Prints product that I design, it is not sanctioned by Milwaukee. You do so at your own risk. You run the risk of violating your warranty by using an aftermarket product with your Milwaukee product. So now that that's out of the way, after many people have asked, I have created an easier to mount system for the new model of the 18-20 Milwaukee fan. Looks like this. It's got the plug and the pack out mount lock system. You have your pack out lock mount there. So this one is real simple. I've made it in it's a two-part system basically. The bottom here holds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are each 70-pound neodymium magnets. So that's what it looks like all together. The bottom part of this is a TPU rubber-like material. So it is going to be flexible and very tough. So I opted to use this as the bottom material, so when you're putting it on your surfaces, it's going to grip a little bit better instead of just being a hard plastic and moving around. So if you just set it down, it'll grip better. It's not super rubbery. It is a little slippery type of material, but it's very tough. So it shouldn't be. It's not going to chip or anything like that. It'll take a pretty good beating. So that's why I designed the bottom half of this in that rubbery material. So to mount this, it is simple. You will line up both your plates here, bottom side with this side. It will sit here. You're going to need to depress this latch. Then you're going to push until it slots in. You'll notice that it lines up here on the front. Let go of the latch, and that will stop it from going back out. I can no longer push this out. So the question is, how good is it? Does it hold your fan? Yes, it does. That's why I put 7 magnets on the bottom. But here, let me show you. The first thing to keep in mind when mounting heavy materials, this fan weighs over 6 pounds, just the fan, no battery included. Add in an 8 amp hour battery pack. That adds an extra over 2 pounds. So the big concern is, this thing's heavy. So the two factors that are going to make a difference is surface area and type of mounting surface. This is an old freezer, Norge, and it will mount to your freezer just fine. But it is easier to take it off and possibly bump into it. Now keep in mind, a sideways or upwards downward force is easier to take this off than an up and down one. It is much sturdier in this orientation. Now your freezer and fridge material is very thin compared to something like your toolbox, which is a lot thicker. This is a very good mount. I can pull the whole thing this direction without it coming apart. Okay, I'm going to do a quick test here, just pull force at the risk of hurting myself. I'm just going to lean backwards on this, pulling. Okay. 53 pounds of pressure this direction. Hold on, I have an idea. Alright, it took me a moment. I got a little system rigged up here with a 25-pound kettlebell. It is pulling this direction. So it's pulling on this way. See? So it's locked in there, but it is not coming off. So 25 pounds is pretty good. So, like I said, it depends on what you're mounting it to. If you have a nice, sturdy, thick piece of metal, it's going to be on there really good. If you just needed to blow air at you from a location, this is more than capable of doing that. It's not going to have a problem. The air isn't going to matter to the magnets. Keep in mind, like I said, it's going to be easier. If you need to get this off and it's hard to get off, torque it on this plane. Torque it this way, torque it this way. It is easier to get off pulling from right to left. Got it? Keep in mind, the surface of the bottom of this needs to be flat, so the side of my truck is not going to work for this. It's going to rock back and forth. And you need a flat metal surface that is bigger or as big as the bottom of the fan. However, you got something like a metal tailgate, just throw it on there. It's not going anywhere. Have some nice thick steel beams. You can line up 3 of your magnets and mount it that way, but you need to be careful because it's not going to be as stable. It is this way pretty good and it will work, but it's not going to be near as stable as if you're using all 7 magnets. So feel free to leave a comment if you have any questions. You can send me an email at peterprince3d@gmail.com. I'm going to be offering this version, the new version of the magnetic mount plate, available along with my old version for the old Jobsite Milwaukee fan. But this one is pretty much improved in every way, so go buy this fan instead. It's a better fan. But otherwise, thanks for watching.